Hello, friends.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, friends. I'm Andy with Saladeco Living. My beautiful wife Jen is behind the camera here. And since during the June garden tour, we skipped over two major parts of the garden, we're not going to do a big garden tour in July. We're just going to do those parts. So let's check things out. Come on down. This here is the beautiful Parkway. This is where we mostly plant things that we're not going to eat. That's not to say these things aren't edible or useful. For instance, this is some German chamomile. It's an annual chamomile. It's nice. Serves all your regular chamomile purposes, and it grows up nice and tall. Providing some shade. Look at this, our hawthorn tree. It's actually growing. Eventually, that will be providing shade for everything else. But then we back out a little bit. We also got these Thumbelina zinnias. Thumbelina zinnias. And then out here we've got hostas because we're digging them up from our places. And we're putting them out here. The big thing about everything here, though, is what people see from out by the road when they're driving by, looking at the pretty stuff. Like this bundle of bachelor buttons. We got multiple fun colors of bachelor buttons. I vaguely seem to remember that I found a package of seeds that said it was going to be multicolor. And these sunflowers that were growing in the garden and it got transplanted out this way and actually survived. The rest of this is a mess, man. This is a grassy mess. Lots of experiments in the grassy mess. Over here, this lighter colored green stuff in here. This is a white rose of Sharon. Kind of gave it a little circle. I'm hoping that it'll grow up. It'll have something cool out there. Yeah, you know, some wild strawberries growing out amongst all this stuff, and weeds like this giant plantain, stuff like that we're letting grow. This here is a dog rose, wild rose, an Irish rose. Goes by any other name. No blossoms on it right now, but we're training it around the front here. Around this stuff. These are Maximilian sunflower. Beautiful perennial sunflower that I bought a giant bag of seed and tossed handfuls of. I keep trimming this down. Somewhere below this, there's other stuff that was grown. Somewhere deep below here. We're not gonna actually see it. We're not gonna find it. There's some like maple trees. Should get those out. What's that?
Fine.
There's that morning glory vine. Over here, actually. We're gonna talk about that somewhere. There was a tree right there. I should prune a lot of the stuff back so this tree has a chance. It's a redbud tree. We want to give that a chance. So, like, later, off camera, I'm going to do a bunch of this kind of stuff. Get some light coming into that redbud. Weeds. Beautiful, beautiful weeds. All this is like, all this here is growing out of this little cluster down here. All of our seasons. Maybe if I actually bundle this together like that, it'll make the lilies grow better in the front.
Maybe.
Maybe. And then this here is an evening primrose that I'm letting grow. Hasn't started flowering yet. They usually like really blossom out in August, and we're still only in July. But it's one of those things. It's useful. I wouldn't eat it because it's out here by the road, but you can make a topical ointment that would be safe enough. Of the primrose. a flower, which looks like a knight. These are supposed to be some dwarf teddy bear sunflowers. And we got the red clover down here, and the pansies, and the ragweeds, and they're just all looking pretty all together. It looks like there's even some like plantain in there somewhere. I have been encouraged not to rip out all the weeds and stuff in there, and so I have. And you know what? I agree. It looks pretty. Oh no, come over here. Let's talk about the tree. A big problem with the Parkway is that so much of this is just growing so fast and getting so big that you lose things in it. This here is a tree, an apple tree. And it's just so choked out with everything else that right now I'm gonna cut a lot of this other stuff out so the apple tree can grow. Which this stuff is already right now. And I don't even know what this is. Do I want to let it grow? I don't know. This is the trouble. So I know what stilt grass is. I know what crabgrass is. I know what dirt is. Sorry. I know how to pull that stuff out. But I guess if I pull all this together, this apple tree is important because part of our vision for the Parkway Fund is to have a tree here, and a tree down here, a hawthorn tree, and then a rosebud tree. That those three trees kind of grow up and make a canopy here. And as all that makes a canopy, it'll make a chain here and here, it'll make a chain nicely over here, and eventually we'll have a connection over into the arch. That's a picture right here. Beautiful art. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you appreciating my project because we got thumbs up. We appreciate you appreciating our garden because we put a lot of work into it. You want to show off? You can show off your garden. Leave links, pictures, comments below. Subscribe, do the thumbs up, give us some feedback. But for now, peace out, fish drop.